Dear and esteemed friends, with this video, I inaugurate a new playlist, How My Compositions Are Born. I've been thinking for a long time about presenting this series of videos about my life as a composer, my small but beloved recording studio, the method I use, the writing, development, and finally recording of my compositions, which I then publish on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. This is the first of several videos I plan to record. These videos are a way for me to introduce myself to you, both as a composer and beyond. The topic I want to discuss today is how my compositions are born. First of all, let me introduce myself. My name is Mirabile Giuseppe. I'm 67 years old. I'm a classical pianist and composer, and for about 30 years, I've enjoyed transcribing and performing covers by composers and songwriters from around the world. My musical journey began in 1963 under the guidance of my mother, Guasco Ester, a professional singer and pianist. Almost 10 years passed, and I finally entered the Conservatory, studying piano and composition. At the same time, I began playing pipe organs and flute in the churches of the province where I was born. At the age of 16, I began composing my first pieces for piano and later for pipe organ. After completing the Conservatory, I took advanced courses with illustrious professors and teachers, including my own unforgettable Walter, to whom I owe much of what I am today. For about 3 years, I enlisted in the Army Non-Commissioned Officers School in Viterbo, Rome, the headquarters of the Italian Army's non-commissioned officers. The colonels and the general of the Army of the military school, having learned of my piano training, organized some of my piano performances in the school's large hall, used as a cinema and theater. The spectators included the school commanders, their respective families, and of course, the non-commissioned officers' school cadets. It was a wonderful experience, which not only shaped my discipline and military training, but also served me well in my work and life. But first I must tell you that I have always loved seeing and listening to the civic bands marching through the city streets for city festivals. As a young man, I not only had a passion for the piano, but also for the drums. I'm attaching a photo of my wonderful and beloved Hollywood drums. So I decided to join my beloved civic band in the city where I was born, Alexandria Music Band, Giuseppe Cantoni, Music School, Civic Band, Orchestra of Wind Instruments, City of Alexandria, Italy. They were wonderful years, collaborating with prestigious bands, the municipal bands of Genoa, Turin, etc. A wonderful experience, working with exceptional maestros, which I will never forget. A heartfelt thank you to my friend, the band director, Angelo Borgia, more than a friend, a brother. In 2025, I will celebrate my 61st birthday playing the piano, and 52nd birthday composing musical pieces, mostly romantic compositions for piano and piano flute. After my introduction, let's get to the heart of today's topic, how my compositions are born. First of all, I must point out that most of my compositions are written at night, and for this reason, I've transformed my home, setting aside about 20 square meters for myself as a studio with a sleeping area and a recording studio. I come from the old school of composition, music paper, and pencil with eraser. These are the tools I've used since I started 52 years ago. Back then, ballpoint pens, computers, etc. didn't exist, so I've kept this method until now, obviously today, for the main melody and some touches at the beginning and end of the piece. As I explained before, they come to me mostly at night, and to avoid disturbing the neighbors, I've adopted the headphone method applied to my digital piano RLA CDP-10. This way, I don't disturb the neighbors when a melody comes to mind, and I fix it by writing it down on music paper and pencil. The next morning, as always, we go to work, but the melody is there, fixed, until I have a spare moment to work on it, develop it, harmonize it, choose the meter, key, etc. Here I present some photos of some of my compositions, on music paper, from the 70s to the 90s, written by me using the old method and then recorded with my microphone and DAT recorder, purchased secondhand, with considerable financial effort, months of work and saving. In those years, I had equipped myself with Letterliner Musicus, the music writer, to make a fair copy, obviously always on music paper. Since 1999, with the advent of computers, I have been using MuseScore software to refine and make a fair copy of the scores I have written. To record my compositions, I use, as needed, one of the 3 microphones I own, the Neumann U87 AIMT stereo set, the Samsung YMC2511, and the wireless microphone VHF transmitter. The first 2 microphones are interfaced to the computer via a Rose Behringer Germany U-Control UCA200 USB interface, while the third uses wireless communication to record my voice. Finally, I use Audacity software for sound quality. That's all for today. See you in the next video. See you next time, dear and esteemed friends, and I hope you enjoy it. A warm hug to everyone.